Welcome to Wealth of Words. Today we're sharing proven sales techniques to connect close and excel.
Yeah.
Whether you're a newbie or a seasoned pro,
Right.
these tips will level up your sales game.
For sure.
Let's dive in.
It's exciting because we're going to be uncovering those secrets behind successful selling.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at everything from the fundamentals to the psychology behind closing a deal, and then how you can use these techniques to really boost your sales.
And we've got a stack of sources from leading sales experts, and we're ready to extract those golden nuggets
Yes.
of wisdom just for you.
That's right. And we'll be translating that knowledge into actionable steps.
Okay.
That you can implement right away.
Yeah.
Think of us as your personal sales coaches for this Wealth of Words journey.
Okay, let's start with the basics.
Sure.
Source 1 breaks down the sales process into key steps: prospecting, qualifying leads. And presenting solutions sounds simple enough,
Sure.
but how can we really nail these steps?
Well, that's where understanding your customer's needs comes in.
Okay.
Both sources 1 and 5 emphasize this. It's about figuring out their pain points, their challenges, and then positioning your product or service as the solution.
So think about it. Have you ever had a salesperson who really seemed to get you and what you were looking for?
Yes.
It probably made you way more likely to buy from them.
Exactly. When you demonstrate that you understand their needs, you build trust and credibility.
Yeah.
You're not just trying to make a sale. You're genuinely trying to help them.
Sources 2 and 5 take things a step further,
Okay.
talking about active listening and nonverbal communication.
Right.
How do these techniques differentiate a good salesperson
Yes.
from a great one?
Active listening is more than just hearing what someone is saying. It's about truly understanding their message, picking up on those subtle cues, and responding in a way that shows you are fully engaged.
Okay.
And it's a game changer in sales.
So it's like reading between the lines and really connecting with the person on the other side of the table.
Precisely. And then there's nonverbal communication, your body language,
Right.
your tone of voice, your eye contact.
Yeah.
All of these things can either build rapport or break it.
We live in a digital age,
We do.
and source 4 brings up the importance of social selling.
Yes.
Can you explain how that fits into the picture?
Social selling is all about using online platforms like LinkedIn to connect with potential customers, build relationships, and establish yourself as a thought leader.
So it's not just about sending out random connection requests or spamming people with sales pitches.
Definitely not. It's about creating valuable content, engaging in relevant conversations,
Right.
and building a genuine online presence that attracts potential clients to you.
Source 7 dives into the psychology of selling, suggesting that understanding human behavior
Okay.
can significantly impact sales success.
Yes.
What are some key psychological principles that come into play here?
Well, one fascinating principle is reciprocity. Have you ever received a free sample or a free trial of something and then felt more inclined to buy the full product?
Oh, absolutely. I think we've all been there.
That's reciprocity in action.
Yeah.
When you offer something of value to someone up front, they often feel obligated to reciprocate in some way.
Source 7 even mentions a company that saw a huge increase in sales just by implementing a free trial program.
Right.
It's amazing how these subtle psychological triggers can influence our buying decisions.
Absolutely. And another powerful principle is scarcity. When people perceive something as being limited or exclusive, it tends to increase its desirability.
That explains why limited time offers and exclusive deals are so effective.
Yes.
We're all afraid of missing out on something special.
Exactly. It creates a sense of urgency
Yeah.
that can push people to take action.
This is all so fascinating. Now let's talk about some practical frameworks for success.
Okay.
Our sources mentioned several, including Spanco DC and CAB. Can you give us a quick rundown of what these frameworks are all about?
Think of them as blueprints for navigating the sales process.
Okay.
They provide structured approaches and guidelines for interacting with customers and closing deals. They're like having a roadmap to sales success.
Let's zoom in on the DISC framework mentioned in Source 5. It talks about understanding different personality types.
Yes.
How can recognizing these personality types improve our sales interactions?
DISC stands for dominant, influencing, steady, and conscientious.
Okay.
Each type has different motivations, communication styles, and decision-making processes. Imagine tailoring your approach to each customer's personality.
Right.
You'd build stronger rapport and close more deals, wouldn't you?
It's like having a secret code to unlock better communication
Yes.
and build those all-important relationships.
Absolutely. And it's not just about closing deals, it's about building lasting relationships with your customers.
Okay.
That's where strategies like follow-up cross-selling
Mm.
and upselling come in, as highlighted in sources 3 and 8.
So it's not a one-and-done kind of deal.
Not at all. Think of it like this. You've just had a fantastic meal at your favorite restaurant. The food was delicious, the service was impeccable, and you left feeling completely satisfied. Now imagine the waiter coming over and offering you a complimentary dessert or a special discount on your next visit. Wouldn't that make you feel even more valued and appreciated?
I know, I would definitely be coming back for more.
That's the power of follow-up, cross-selling, and upselling. You're not just selling a product or service, you're creating an experience, a relationship that keeps your customers coming back for more.
Source 8 also talks about the importance of data-driven selling in today's digital age. We have access to so much data. How can we use that to our advantage in sales?
Data can be an incredibly powerful tool for salespeople. Imagine having insights into your customers' buying habits, their preferences, their pain points, all at your fingertips.
It'd be like having a cheat sheet for understanding your customers' needs.
That's a great way to put it. By analyzing customer data, you can personalize your approach, tailor your messaging, and offer solutions that are truly relevant to each individual.
So data can help us move from a one-size-fits-all approach to a more targeted and effective sales strategy.
Exactly. And that's what sets top salespeople apart. They're not just guessing, they're using data to inform their decisions and drive better results.
This has been an incredible wealth of words journey. We've covered so much ground, from the fundamental steps of the sales process to the psychology of persuasion and the power of data-driven selling.
It's been a whirlwind tour of the world of sales, but before we wrap things up, I want to leave you with the final thought-provoking question.
I'm all ears.
We've talked about various techniques and strategies for closing deals, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to the customer experience.
Source 5 really hammers home the importance of customer-centric selling.
Exactly. It's about going beyond just meeting their needs. It's about creating a positive, memorable experience that leaves them feeling valued and appreciated.
So how can you apply the principles of customer-centric selling in your own interactions? How can you create an experience that not only closes the deal, but also fosters loyalty and turns one-time buyers into lifelong customers?
That's the challenge I leave you with today, because when you prioritize the customer experience, you're not just building sales, you're building relationships that can last a lifetime.
And that's the true hallmark of a successful salesperson.
Remember, the journey of learning and refining your sales skills never ends. Keep exploring, keep experimenting, and keep striving to be the best salesperson you can be.
And on that note, we want to thank you, our amazing listeners, for joining us on this episode of Wealth of Words. We hope you found these sales techniques insightful and are excited to put them into action.
It's been a pleasure sharing this knowledge with you. Remember, sales is a dynamic field, so stay curious, keep learning, and never stop refining your skills.
Be sure to follow Wealth of Words for more insightful explorations of valuable knowledge. And if you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend or colleague who might benefit from these sales tips. Until next time, happy selling. It's amazing how much goes into really building those successful customer relationships, right?
Absolutely.
We've talked about active listening, understanding their needs, and even tapping into some psychology. But what I'm taking away from this is that it's not about manipulation. It's about genuinely connecting with people.
I couldn't agree more. Authenticity is key in sales. When you're genuinely interested in helping your customers and building those relationships, it shows, and people can spot a phony a mile away.
Yeah, that makes me think about social selling. It's so easy to get caught up in the numbers game. You know, how many followers you have, how many likes you get. But at its core, social selling is about building those authentic connections online, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's about providing value, sharing your expertise, and engaging in meaningful conversations. When you approach social selling with that mindset, you're building trust and credibility, which can ultimately lead to more sales.
And, it's not just about attracting new customers. It's also about nurturing the relationships you already have.
Right.
Those follow-up calls, those personalized recommendations, those little touches that show you care, they can make all the difference in turning a one-time buyer into a loyal customer.
It's about building a community around your brand, a group of people who trust you, value your expertise, and are excited to do business with you.
And let's not forget the power of data.
Yeah.
I used to think of data as cold and impersonal, but the way you've explained it, it's actually a tool for personalization. It's about understanding your customers on a deeper level so you can serve them better.
Exactly. When you use data effectively, You're not just guessing what your customers want. You're using insights to tailor your approach, anticipate their needs, and provide them with the best possible experience.
I think we've given our listeners a lot to chew on today. So many valuable insights and actionable tips to level up their sales game.
It's been a pleasure sharing this wealth of knowledge with you all.
Before we sign off, I want to remind everyone to subscribe to Wealth of Words for more deep dives into the topics that matter most to you. And if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to share it with your friends, colleagues, and anyone who's looking to master the art of selling.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep those sales soaring.